The main character of the film stepped out of the building prepared for the press. This is the lead of our film. And then they will give a statement to the reporters. This is the evidence of 300 billion in illegal funds taken from the head of the finance department of the Mary car factory. 30 billion of this was used for corruption and theft. Is it true that a rape occurred at the suburban villa? What happened regarding the report that Director Zhang and the member assaulted you? Then our guy decides to get a prosthetic arm. It seems his enemies are watching him do it. It looks like they are exposing their crimes.
Parliament member Yang, whose name was mentioned in the recent case, will make a statement. Zhang Pelu, I firmly declare that I have never neglected my political career, nor have I received money or cars from Mary Motors. I request the prosecutor's office to investigate me according to the law.
It will happen. The movie shifts back to 2 years ago. The head of the prosecutor's office is having a meal with a young prosecutor.
Then his phone rang and the minister answered it. He walked out. As he left, he said, "Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. I am counting on you."
After leaving, the young prosecutor talks to his department head. Key, the position you were supposed to be promoted to has been taken by Yang. I am sorry, I wanted to promote you, but that guy has connections higher up, so he got the promotion instead. Is that Yang more skilled than me, or is he more honest than me? I have always done my job honestly and with great skill. Yes, there is no point in arguing, but what can you do? In our country, connections are valued more than ability. So, this is another main character in our movie. A prosecutor seems like a good, honest guy. He left there and went to meet someone. He is about to get information regarding the illegal money documents of the Mary Corporation. Listen, the Mary Company illegally borrowed 300 billion tugriks from the bank, and 30 billion was given as a bribe, and you took 1 billion from that. If you don't want to get caught in the storm, give me those documents and go home. Or we can go to the prosecutor's office together and you'll never see your home again. Choose for yourself. I'll be back after I use the restroom.
Then let's talk comfortably. This is how it is.
It seems like he's going to get some documents.
While he was using the restroom, some thugs beat him up and took him away. Our Chono landed in a place full of cigarette butts. What is going on? He smoked a lot but did not say a word. Take this cake. You cannot go empty-handed to your wife's birthday. Take some flowers with an envelope inside. Thank you, brother. I will give my life for you. Give your life to your family. Just do your job well. You hear? Wow, our guy is a real boss. He just beat up that guy and tied him up. Our man was just humming a tune, walked over and gave him a good beating. That caused some useless trouble, but it scared them. Looks like he got the evidence. He was sitting there smiling at one point. When I told him to put out that cigarette, the guy who was watching TV earlier was still sitting there. This is the newspaper director. Egenki, you fool. You never got married. Your life is passing you by. Did something happen? Why are you thanking me? Let me give you some good evidence. If you, as a newspaper company director, are interested in politics, this is useful evidence. The Mary Company took 300 billion in illegal loans and spent 30 billion on bribes. Take this. I have already made a copy. You will be saying, "Oh, thank you, brother." Then our man brings young women to a mansion. It seems our wolf generally handles the dirty work for the political bigwigs. There will be young women there. Go on, get in there. Once there, he gave those illegal documents to this young man. These are the documents he was going to give to the prosecutor. He said he had to smoke a lot to get it out of him. Honestly, I'm getting old. How long can I keep licking the director's boots to survive? He told me to start doing these jobs myself. But then, he turned around and attacked me, knocking me down. Just then, the newspaper editor met with the factory director and seems to have sold our guy out. Don't you worry, director. The public is no better than cattle. They just want a sensation and then they forget everything. At that moment, Zhang Bialu came in from outside at night. They were all connected and together they were partying and acting recklessly. It seems our Chono was just a scapegoat. They recorded his entire conversation with the newspaper director on a tape recorder. He took a 300 billion loan from the bank and gave 30 billion as a bribe. Take this, I have already made a copy. Should I place a listening device? Did you say there is a copy? Sangu, you will live a busy life from now on, understand? By doing this, one of his hands was sawed off. Then, 2 years later, he returned and told the story. Our Chono has become a cleaner at the Noel nightclub. He massages the backs of the guests in any room, and as they leave, he shows them his prosthetic arm to get money. When they look up, he shows them that there is a camera above. Chicho, Then, when he entered the boss's room, the boss asked, "No you, are you cleaning well? Also, clean my golf clubs." While our Chono had him light his cigarette and run errands for him. Why do his words and actions contradict each other? When we listened in, it turned out he had swapped the listening device. So, our guy has been putting on an act all along. A man is emailing a recording of his conversation to someone else.
It is under complete control. I left there and met a young woman. It is nice to see you again.
Still alive, I suppose. Tell me, is this case even necessary? After all this, they still want to do something like this again.
So, what are we going to do? We are going to make a movie called Revenge. Revenge against whom? John Bill, you go meet director Zhang and tell him to do the screening. I will also bring in one more person, but he doesn't know you. Why doesn't he know me? Can't we get acquainted?
I do not trust him. There is no one worth trusting, so you must trust me then.
Take off your sunglasses and let me see what you look like. Let me see.
This scene shifts to a guy packing a bag full of cash at a butcher shop. Someone is following him and taking pictures. He enters a dark parking lot and hands the money to this guy. Then he meets our guy John on the rooftop. We sat down and had a nice dinner together in the evening. I am meeting with Assemblyman Zhang soon. Brother, this time it was impossible to track the location. But that photographer was taking pictures of us eating together, and it turns out he is a prosecutor's office employee. He works with our young prosecutor. The young prosecutor must be investigating the illegal money case. He asked who our guy was. That man is An Sang-gu, a small-time thug who quickly rose to become a mafia boss. In 1988, he supported the Shimon Party school. Soon after, he merged small groups and grew very quickly, establishing a construction company, service businesses, and even a production company. Then, in 1996, he beat up a television director and went to prison. That is Park Jong-pal. He used to be An Sang-gu's assistant. I don't know how An Sang-gu ended up in this state. Seeing him like this, he must have betrayed the people he did dirty work with. He must have betrayed Assemblyman Zhang. Our prosecutor is getting involved in everything. At that time, Assemblyman Zhang was meeting with that Director Park. He made contact with Assemblyman Zhang through the guy who gave him the money. Our young prosecutor is having a meal with a reporter. Why did you call me here? If you want to talk business, then talk. If you called me here to lecture me, just say so. But can you really work at the Prosecutor General's office being this honest without any connection or backing? They say there is no chance for advancement for someone without connections. If you already know, then why are you talking about it? Just as you're worried, a man walks in. Hello there. This man is a prosecutor from the Seoul District Prosecutor's Office. Zina, this man is Director Ju Yang-sik. Hello, he said. Please have a seat, then walked right past me. That reporter messed everything up and followed him out. What is wrong with just drinking together and making connections? You could even make some money. You jerk, you were fired from your old job for taking bribes, weren't you? Aren't you insulting the Korean prosecutor a bit too much? I already paid for what I ate. Just stop talking so much, he says, and walks off. That reporter is one hell of an honest jerk.
From now on, let's call him the honest prosecutor.
Assemblyman Zhang is meeting with Director Park, who is our wolf, and they are acting quite suspicious. I used to be a prosecutor, but I quit and became a lawyer. Not long after, this man helped me get into politics. Just then, Director Lee from the newspaper office walked in. Director Lee looks quite suspicious while meeting Director Park. On his way out, Director Lee tells Assemblyman Zhang, "Be careful. Is it really okay to just meet with anyone? We are running out of money now. If he doesn't sell his country to make money, what else can he do?" At that time, the bank director who issued the 300 billion illegal loan has arrived at the Grand Palace. He will give a statement at the prosecutor's office. Our honest prosecutor is interrogating him. Let's skip the nonsense and get straight to the point. What did Jean-Pierre promise you? Did he tell you to take the fall for the illegal loan case and go to prison? He probably promised you'd reap the rewards once he becomes president. But what if Jean-Pierre doesn't become president? That would mean you'll be rotting in prison for 10 years.
Do you understand? But the other one is acting strange.
That might actually be the case. But that was when the state spoke up.
Who is calling? You told me to call, so I am calling. Oh, is that so? Then get the evidence and get authorization for the arrest. The chief financial officer of Mary Company says they will give me the files on the 300 billion case. It seems certain that Champel will not become president. Just then, a message arrives on the bank director's phone. He will see it and decide what to say. Besides, there is a recording of his corruption. It seems he was at that nasty, corrupt party.
Did the director of Mary send the evidence? The director said Su Mingguan is a coward and was very scared. While reporters were waiting outside the prosecutor's office, the bank director jumped from above and committed suicide. This is bad. They called our prosecutor to the department head's office and said, "You ruined everything and ruined the reputation of the prosecutor's office. Take a vacation now. Consider yourself lucky you weren't fired." That is what they said.
What, Jean-Paul? What did he say about making you the head of the prosecutor's office? Go where you were told and dump it where you are told to dump it. So, it is being said to dump it now. The head of the prosecutor's office was called in by the group of big shots and was being belittled. Zhang came in and said, "Well, excuse me, I made a mistake. Brother, I misunderstood. I checked it out and found a rookie investigator snooping around. I've already taken care of it, so don't you worry. It turns out they're planning to hold that nasty party after all."
They are bringing the prosecutor's office head into this nasty party, and standing in the middle of it is the woman who was meeting with our Chon.
The scene shifts to show what happened before, what happened at the party. This takes place on this planet. Director Park said it was time to give the time, and had Director Zhang's assistant give the time. It is a watch with a camera. The woman who is spying also has a camera in her earring. Then, Director Lee from the newspaper office pours some alcohol. Director Lee's phone rings. He is being given information about Director Park. It seems Director Lee is investigating him. Director Lee will meet with our Cheon.
You are doing something wrong. I found out that Park is connected to you. If the people there get hurt, they will only attack more. They won't just die. I will fight until the end. Stay away for now. I don't want to get your hands bloody, so handle it yourself. That's how it goes. So our Zhong doesn't know that Director Lee turned him in. He still thinks she is on his side. When the woman showed him the surveillance camera footage, nothing was there. What is this? Li Gang-hee, that drunk bastard, called Director Park and told him to bring the watch. What if the woman tells Director Lee about the jump?
Brother, you shouldn't say things like that. I believe in the truth. Our honest prosecutor, even though he's on vacation, has his assistant spying for him. Prosecutor, what should I tell the department head? Tell him I'm out in the countryside fishing.
Make it sound convincing. Brother, I want to stop. You can, but did you have a meal with the steel mill director?
I just had a meal. I understood, brother.
So, let's work together, okay? Fine. Then, to interrogate our two wolves, we came near that nightclub. Our wolf is right there, bringing either one closer. But when he leaves, he shows his prosthetic hand. And if his mother needs money, is it possible to be ranked without telling anyone? When our man stood up, he recognized the real culprit. Then, in a spot hidden from the camera, he disabled the music and went straight out the back door. When he came out, his assistant was standing there, so he grabbed a liquor bottle and swung it before leaving. Why didn't you grab him when he came out the back? He was holding a liquor bottle and looked like he was going to hit me. Poor guy. Jangish is on the other side. They say he vanished without a trace. The jerk told him to bring it. He's just messing with our guy. Then, when he went into the room, he took off his watch, and while he was inside, Director Park quietly went in and swapped it.
On my way out, I ran into the member. "Oh, Director Park, are you in the sauna?"
Yes, while we were talking here, the phone rang and the newspaper director spoke with Lee. Lee gave information about the Shudal team, and it turns out that person used to be An San-gui's assistant. No need to panic.
Just say what I told you to say. Oh, is that so? All right. Are you going or what?
I have work to do. It's fine. I'll treat you, he said, and took him away. Then he caught him. That butcher's assistant brought him into his room to cut off his fingers, and while they were at it, the other one, out of fear, gave him his watch. It was clear that he had recorded everything. Where are we meeting, An San-gui? Looks like they're going to catch our Chon. Our Chon's phone is ringing.
So, what's happening, brother? I've got the time. Let's meet at the same place. All right, be ready.
They might be suspicious of you. When Park was being taken away, our honest undercover cop Chono followed him. While he was sitting on the hill, a bunch of guys got out of the car. Seeing Park get arrested, he got down carefully. The other guy was knocking on the door. Then he signaled to Chono. Chono was shaking. He dropped his phone. He tried to pick it up quietly, but poor guy, he got caught. He put up quite a fight, showing real grit, taking them down one by one. But just as he was about to finish, he got stabbed. Luckily, he was only stabbed in his prosthetic arm. After beating them all, the butcher manager follows him and knocks him down. He is quite good at striking from behind. Just as they were about to catch our guy, our honest Park came from behind and knocked them down. The bosses are angry that they lost Chono. Jangish asks Yi, "Are you going to clean up this mess yourself, or is it because of your
incompetence. He replies, if it comes to that, I won't take the fall alone. He retorts, you didn't find out, did you? When our Chono opens his eyes, he is lying in a hotel room.
Then our honest Porklo came out. The bastard had stabbed him deep. Then he spoke.
Hey, I have been tracking you for a long time. Why did you have your hand cut off? You found the evidence of the illegal money, didn't you? What do you want now?
I think you want revenge. And what do you think I want? I want to establish justice.
How about we team up at this very moment? What you do with justice is not my concern. You figure that out yourself. I cannot do that. Then I will have you thrown in jail right now for illegal interrogation. Make your choice. It seems our partnership has begun. Our wolf handed over the documents he had. Is that all? Where are the documents for the dirty money?
The 300 billion document is missing. I told you I lost it, didn't I? Is that how you treat Li Ganghui? Why didn't you copy the documents? The two of them have a special relationship and trust each other. They have a special brotherly bond. If you were going to betray your brother like that, you should have at least made a copy. What happened? Are you sane? I told you I lost it. You really are a hopeless guy. Put the flash drive down. Wouldn't it be better if we changed the celebration spot? Jangil is looking for him there. Yes, you don't have a place to celebrate in the countryside. Li Jangil knows everything. So, the two of them went to the honest prosecutor's father. In a house that used to be a shaman's library in the countryside, there was an intelligent old man.
While the two of them were eating, the professor said he had work and left. The father took the wolf into his son's room. Please forgive my son. He can be a bit disrespectful. It is fine. He was a good person. He will surely return. It is fine. Just help my son, that is all. With those words, Chono looked around the room a bit. Even though he had walked a hellish path, he walked tirelessly for justice, and there he found the boy at his study desk. This guy is generally honest, our wolf seemed to think. The next day, the wolf met the woman who had been spying and gave her the remaining money. The woman said, how about this, brother? Let's forget everything and go together. Why must you take the money? Our man did not agree. It's fine, he said, but he gave her a kiss and instructed her. Keep going. This woman seems to be in love with our guy. He, however, doesn't seem to know, so he brought some pork with his hat, and the two of them grilled and ate it. Wolf, if you are truly Jangish, can you really put the director of Mary Group in prison? Of course, that is exactly why I have come this far. He then pulled a flash drive from around his neck. This is the original evidence of the 300 billion in dirty money. I kept it for myself, he said, and it seems our man is now fully convinced. Porklo is happy. Then why did you need the villa footage if you had such evidence? The dirty money records could be just a stepping stone, but the video footage is like a nuclear bomb. That is exactly what I had calculated. Porklo will say that to make the dirty money records legal, the source must be clear. So you said that officially handing over the documents is what makes them valid. This means our guy committed the acts himself. It means he is going to confess to his crimes and go to prison. Oh, poor thing. Look what happens once you get the documents. Our wolf will be furious then. I wanted revenge, not justice, you know. You are a bad person for doing this after getting the documents. This is not just a simple matter of Chambal's words as you think through the protocol. That brother Li Ganhui you trust is the real culprit. You have to catch both of them together. Don't you understand? Then he pointed at the hand and said that Li Ganhui insisted on this. Our wolf seems to be furious now. He calls Li Ganhui and says, brother, I warned you, didn't I? Let's stop wiping Jambelu's backside. Brother, did he promise you the Prime Minister's seat? How could you betray him like that? Did I betray you? You are the one to blame for all of this, aren't you? I don't know about this dirty money evidence you keep handing over, cutting off your own hand. So, Li Ganghe really did record it on his phone and send it to Jambel. Now, he finally realizes it. Sangu says, stop barking and get over here. The prosecutor gave our Zhong a choice. You choose for yourself. Hand over the legal documents and go to prison, or spend your whole life in hiding. At that moment, Sangu got a haircut and bought new clothes, saying, we have a press conference tomorrow, you know. And our guy accepted the prosecutor's offer. Expose the 300 billion document to the press and you go to prison for kidnapping and torturing someone. At his press conference, Assemblyman Jampil says, I am sacrificing my career to testify that I have no connection to the mayor auto company director. The prosecutor brings Li Kang-hee in for questioning, but he won't say anything useful.
Then it was time for the morning paper, so he asked if he could read it. But that day's paper revealed that Ahn Sang-gu, who exposed the slush fund scandal of Mayer Motors, had murdered the rival company's director, Kim, in 2001, shocking everyone. The man named Choi, who had killed the person under Ahn Sang-gu's orders at the time, is currently being held in Daejeon prison. Also, Park, who worked with Ahn Sang-gu, testified as a witness. Members of a girl group that was popular in 2004 testified that the suicide of their member, Mi Ji-young, was caused by sexual assault by their company director, Ahn Sang-gu. That is what it says.
Sang-gu and the prosecutor both saw it. The prosecutor said scum and went to meet Sang-gu. I told the truth. I only said what you told me to say. You said you would put them in prison, didn't you? That is no longer what matters. They are the witnesses. We, however, have the papers. Witnesses are more moving to people.
Tell the truth. Did you kill someone?
No. Ask that witness again. Then the rape charge will also be gone. Ask the girls in her group. When the CEO came out of the prosecutor's office, she told the press, "I have never been involved in any illegal activities as reported in the media. However, I believe this is a coordinated scandal created to damage Assemblyman Jang's reputation ahead of the election." It is regrettable that a businessman, a politician, and a weary journalist fighting for press freedom are having their reputations attacked by the words of a person who has committed violence. He knows exactly what to say. Soon, the woman who did the spying will be found dead, an apparent suicide. She has been dead for 2 days. She committed suicide using methane gas. The prosecutor's assistant says that she met with Choi Jang-tae and claimed she was left behind on the orders of Ahn Sang-gu. The rivals have framed our man through his party. The news reports that the body of Ju Yoon-hye, who was linked to the late Mi-jia, was found earlier today. It appears that Ahn Sang-gu's threats are behind all of this. Our man is watching all of this from prison. The poor woman is calling the honest prosecutor, Lee Kang-hee. Hello? Why did you do that? You know Director Ju Young of the Ju Young Construction Company, right? What on earth are you talking about? They say your father took money from him. Talk to your father and call me back. It seems his group is trying to silence our prosecutor now. The prosecutor calls his father directly and asks, "Dad, did you take money from a man named Ju Young-sik? You didn't take any money, did you?" I didn't take any. He just said he wanted a loan. The department head called and suspended our guy for 6 months. So it seems there is no hope left for our team. Our honest prosecutor kneels down and says, "Give me one chance, Chief. I have come this far and cannot turn back. I tried so hard. What good is hard work? Why weren't you just born into a rich family?" After being dismissed like that, he walked out. While they were transferring our Chono to prison, an unknown black car started following them. They stopped the bus. The bus windows shattered, and it was chaos. The prosecutor's assistant arrived, but even though Prosecutor Ahn Sang-gu tried to enter, they ignored him. Anyway, our guy didn't get killed. He's going in himself. Our Chong is a mafia boss. After all, he caught Director Park, who gave false testimony and framed our guy for murder.
Brother, I did this just to stay alive. Who killed a Jew in Hyok? I did.
Lee Gang-hee gave the order. Why? He went to Lee Gang-hee and said you threatened him to leave him alone. Oh, poor girl. She was killed while trying to help our man. Lee Gang-hee called and said Ahn Sang-gu will be caught soon. Don't worry. Just as we were talking, our guy, Chong, already arrived and sat down. "Hello, brother." "Oh, no need. I will call you later." Our guy came to ask for a favor and has something to ask his brother. Was it necessary to kill Ju In-ha? He said he didn't do it, then knelt down and begged. As our man grabbed him, he grabbed the pencil and stabbed his hand, then started beating him with a golf club. Naturally, our Cheon had the upper hand. When things got rough, Jampil would say that he was the one who made him pay for everything, that he killed Ju In-hai and framed you for rape and murder. Our guy said it was all over, cut off one of his hands, and said now he can wipe the asses of all those people with his other hand. Try posting fake news again. I am leaving. Then he went to the police station to confess. Sang-gu had recorded what Lee Guang-hee said earlier. He sent that recording to the prosecutor. And they say Yampi made him pay for everything he had planned. When I went to meet him the next day, he said, "Well, did you hear? So this?" Astisa. Great evidence, right? The prosecutor, however, has become quite cold. Then he said, "From now on, I will decide everything myself. Don't worry," and left. In the morning, Jong was left a bit puzzled. Our prosecutor came to the hospital to see Lee Gang-hee and woke him up to listen to that recording. "It cannot be used as evidence." "That is right. You know the law well. Since it was said under threat to life, it cannot be used as evidence." But what if Jampil hears it? Once he becomes president, will he trust
trust you and promote you. He hasn't decided to play me. I'm not looking for a fight. Let's be friends, not enemies. And then I gave him the voice recorder.
He said, "Please keep supporting me, brother," and left. What is going on? Has our prosecutor started working with the gang? He was immediately promoted and appointed to the Prosecutor General's office. While he was being promoted, an assistant came to Jong, saying that the other guy was promoted and joined the Prosecutor General's office. Jong seems a bit bitter. The prosecutor is in the car with Lee Gang-hee. Think of it as a fresh start and accept it calmly. By doing this, I gave you secret documents about the rival of Assemblyman Jang, who is likely to win the party leadership election. Since he is running in the election, release them at the right moment to take him down. Make sure you do that. It is hard to get our person involved in this. We stopped at a place and it turned out to be the home of Director Miri. The one with glasses who always takes people down greeted us.
I didn't mean to walk close by just because there's a river nearby. It's your first time here, so you should be careful. They said it's the president's favorite liquor. Just then, Assemblyman Jang walked in.
Everyone, step aside. They say yesterday's enemy is today's friend.
"Oh, John Ho, glad you joined us," he said, and introduced himself. Then we went in. It seems our guy had a run-in with that corrupt party. The next day, Assemblyman Jang won the party leadership election and became the presidential candidate. I will win the presidential election and build a fair Korea. Jong is watching this. Then he called and asked, "Did you get it?" Bazdan bes shimpa, dambe siuntao.
I got it, brother. You prepared well, right? Yes, brother.
Then leak it. Oh, people are fawning over the prosecutor for getting a promotion. Just then, footage of the party where President Miri, Director Jang, our prosecutor, and Lee Gang-hee are drinking and acting corruptly is leaked to all media and public sites. Eat my crap.
No matter what happens, I will wipe them all out. Why wouldn't it work? It will work. In the meantime, there is nothing that money cannot do. Even in the election, it is my money. Lee Kong-hee, you also used my money to publish your newspaper, right?
I won't even go into all the details. The police moved in immediately and started searching. Our prosecutor was a bit unlucky though. He got caught right at his first party. The next day, the person who leaked the footage announced a press conference. Reporters were waiting to see who it was, and guess who stepped out of the car? Our righteous prosecutor, and then the footage shows what happened behind the scenes. After Jong went to prison and the prosecutor had nowhere left to turn, the two of them met. Now listen to me carefully. Let's make a movie. I'm escaping today, and you want me to use Lee Kang-hee's recording as evidence for the prosecutor, based on Lee Kang-hee's own words. No, you are underestimating me. Don't accept evidence when your life is in danger, you know. Use that to your advantage and join their side. So, you joined their side. You put a camera in a bottle cap and went in to catch the tiger. That's quite bold, isn't it? You discussed whether you would choose to live your life in the countryside or become a hunting dog to catch the tiger. Our prosecutor wanted to testify in front of the press microphones that I saw everything with my own eyes. I went undercover, found out everything and leaked the footage. They framed An Sang-gu for murder and sexual assault. They are all involved in dirty money, corruption and murder. The person in that video. Who exactly are you? I am a prosecutor from South Korea, Oh Jong-ho. So, our guys won. 3 months later, our prosecutor quit his job and became a lawyer. A guy is smoking in his office and his assistant says, "Excuse me, you cannot smoke here. This is not allowed." When the lawyer walks in, the man turns out to be our Chong. The two of them meet and talk about political career interests. What about justice, prosecutor?
So these two are teaming up to get our prosecutor into politics, and that is where our movie ends.